Welcome back to our channel. Please subscribe so that you will not miss our future videos. See the links in the description box below if you also want to make money online. In today's video, we'll be discussing the impact of fuel price decreases on food prices in South Africa in 2023. As many of you may know, the price of petrol and diesel in South Africa has recently decreased due to a drop in the average Brent crude oil price. This is good news for South African motorists, but unfortunately, it is not expected to have any effect on food prices. A liter of 95 unleaded petrol now costs 21 rands 40 cents inland and 20 rands 75 cents at the coast, thanks to the decrease in oil prices, which were driven down by concerns about a global economic recession. However, despite this decrease in fuel prices, food prices are expected to remain high or even increase further in 2023. According to the latest food inflation brief from the Bureau for Food and Agricultural Policy, BFAP, food prices in South Africa remain at elevated levels, and consumers should expect higher prices going into 2023. The BFAP states that we expect that food inflation could peak in the first quarter of 2023, after which the higher base effects apparent from March 2022 will result in smaller inflationary effects during the rest of 2023. This is a concerning trend for the millions of South African families who are already struggling to put enough food on the table. Food prices, especially for staple foods, continue to rise despite decreases in inflation, petrol, and diesel prices. It's unclear why this trend is occurring, and authorities are either unable or unwilling to provide an explanation. Neil Rotes, CEO of Debt Rescue, comments on the situation, saying food prices remain at distressing levels for the average consumer, and the prices, especially of staple foods, continue to rise regardless of decreases in inflation, petrol, or diesel prices, while authorities are either unable or unwilling to explain this continuing trend. He adds that with 81% of South African households now fighting a daily battle to put enough food on the table, what respite can authorities offer to give people some hope for the future? The BFAP notes that food inflation will probably remain high over the next 3 months as the full effects of persistently increasing commodity prices and weaker exchange rates filter through to retail markets. The two variables that should be monitored to gauge inflation rates during 2023 are global maize prices and the rand/dollar exchange rate. Unfortunately, the high food prices and other financial challenges facing South Africans are not expected to ease up anytime soon. Rotes warns that South Africans have tightened their belts down to the last notch, and now there is nowhere left to go. He adds that this is especially concerning considering other factors, such as interest rates, which have been on an upward trend and will likely remain high for the foreseeable future, while the Reserve Bank keeps a close eye on inflation. The effects of rate hikes are only felt after 6 or 9 months, and therefore, consumers cannot expect any respite here either. The aftermath of the festive season spending trend will also likely put additional strain on South Africans, who may have to rely more heavily on their credit and store cards to get through January. Rotes warns that we foresee that people will be in more trouble this year than ever before. If you are struggling with over-indebtedness, it's important to seek help as soon as possible. Rotes recommends contacting a registered debt counselor, saying this has been a very successful solution for thousands of consumers who are plagued by over-indebtedness. A debt counselor can help you manage your financial predicament and find a way forward.